Yo, what's up, fellas? Yo, what's up, Mr. Blue? Sham Stoppers, ho! Yeah, man. I'm gonna put some up. I'm waiting for some more people to come in here. Tell some more people what's going on. Oh shit! Come on in here, y'all. Peace. What's up, Kevin B? Hold on, something don't sound right. Okay, my bad. I hit the background. Yeah, y'all come on in here, man. We're gonna start in like a few minutes. We're gonna talk about civil arrest and single mom bitch attorney. Probably do that whole first. 2 more minutes. One more minute. Yeah, two. One more minute. One more minute, fella. I'm gonna go in today. It's gonna be a good one today, fella. This is gonna be a great another one. Like DJ, yeah, another one. Peace. What's up, the channel? You gonna like this one too. Hey man, when you read, you succeed, right? I'm really tired of the child support people. I'm tired of these hoes. I'm tired of all of them, man. I'm tired of the child support agency. What's up, D Money? I'm just tired of these people, man. Real talk. Well, let's get started. Sham Stoppers, ho! So check this out. Check this out. We're gonna go back to the basics first, all right? We're gonna go back to the basics, all right? We're gonna start off with the basics, fellas. Now, you got obligor. So how you gonna be a non-custodial parent and an obligor, right? Here's how. Bitch, go down there, fill out that application, call you a non-custodial, which is defamation of character, slander, right? She ain't got no right to call you that. All these people, they ain't got the right to call you an obligor. One who binds himself or gives his bond to another. One who places himself under a legal obligation. So therefore it means you got to sign your name on the contract and agree to the bullshit that you finna be put in. This is the real definition of obligor. And they will ignore you if you put it in that paperwork. Well, guess what? If they ignore you, take it to another court where they ain't gonna ignore you, right? See, fellas, let me tell y'all something. Really, I can teach y'all all this stuff, show y'all all this stuff. At the end of the day, there ain't no law no more because you have politicians getting on TV right now, blading in y'all face, stealing money, not going to jail. You got motherfuckers in playing the stock market, which is illegal, saying that they gotta take care of their family, and they want you to pay child support, fellas. Does that make any fucking sense? Huh? Let me stop sharing it. Let's get down to the nitty fucking gritty. Let's get down to the nitty fucking gritty. What's up, PD1? Hold on. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. This is how y'all gonna get y'all good old lawsuit going. Hold on, that's the wrong one. Wait a minute. That's the wrong one, fellas. That was the wrong one. Here you go. Here comes the right one. I don't know why this shit keep coming like that, but I'm gonna read it. I can see it a little bit better than y'all can. Y'all can see it. It's the Fourth American Jurisprudence in Civil Cases for Arrest, fellas. This discussion of civil arrest is in the main limited to arrest upon men's process, which under the modern practice may be restored to a to in certain classes of actions and or inactions brought upon certain causes. The right of such remedy is now governed almost entirely by statutory provisions, which of course vary in different jurisdictions. The right to arrest a defendant for a debt has a great extent being abolished by statute. Excuse me. Under the common law practice, actions could be commenced by a writ of capias ad respondum, upon which the plaintiff could be arrested and imprisoned or held for bail. Hold on, let me see. Can I make this a little bit clearer? Okay. Upon which the plaintiff could be arrested and imprisoned or held for bail. Originally, the use of this writ was confined to injuries accompanied by force, but it is used later extend to all personal actions, whether ex delicto or ex contractu. This is what cause and this is for contracts in form. This writ still may be resorted to in a few jurisdictions in which the practice is based upon common law. Although even these jurisdictions, its use of generally confined to tort actions. At common law, a judgment creditor could subject his judgment debtor to civil arrest upon a writ of capias, ad satisfactum, and deprive him of his liberty until he made satisfaction. This is child support bullshit. What they do when you don't want to sign something, they go in there and make you sign it. They make you hold and everything, right? This is that shit. A similar right to execution against a person exists under the modern practice in many states, though its use is limited to the enforcement of judgments recovered in actions which are not embraced in or which are expected from the general provisions abolishing imprisonment for debt. Arrest upon mixed process. Read some of this shit like this last night, fellas. Intended to secure the presence of the defendant until final judgment. So when they get you around 2 o'clock, they have your hearing around that time. Get ready to go to jail. They're gonna punk you. That's punking hours. They full, they got energy, they did an 8 and everything. You know what I mean? It is allowed so that the object of the plaintiff action may not be defeated by the defendant before judgment. The right to arrest depends upon the existence of a good cause of action in which such a writ or order can be granted. A plaintiff who wishes to proceed by arrest must allege a case that entitles him to arrest. That's the bitch. That's your bitch ass baby mama. She putting shit on the record. They don't show you that shit. Niggas don't request that shit. You know what I mean? There you go. That's why a lot of niggas go to jail. Constructions of statutes authorizing arrest. Statutes authorizing arrest in civil cases, although remedial in the sense that they are designed to coerce by imprisonment the payment of the creditor. Now, who is the creditor, fellas? You ain't borrowed nothing from that hoe. How she gonna be the creditor and she down there begging to a third party? Huh? This motherfucking podcast should be full of niggas. Are also regarded as a penal or ought not to be executed by construction beyond their precise meaning and import so as to accomplish cases not clearly with them. In practically all jurisdictions, the right to arrest pertains only to a limited class of obligations. The right to exercise it in a given class must be determined by the line which separates the class from others. Any test of construction which carries the right beyond the line is a variance with both purpose and later the law, where the right to arrest the defendant in civil action depends upon the what? Let me stop sharing and go to another one. Now y'all probably can see this one. Let me know y'all can see this one. Let me present this one for you. This one will be a hell of a lot better. Shit. The nature of the cause of the action, the right of arrest cannot be given by mere form or classification. The test must be the nature of the action as determined by its substance. What is the nature of the child support action, fellas, that y'all going to jail for? Abandonment, abuse, domestic violence? Y'all ain't did that shit to that hoe. She lied on y'all. Generally speaking, a plaintiff who may proceed either on the contract or in the tort cannot by proceeding in tort secure an order of arrest of the defendant to which he would not be entitled if he proceeded on the contract. Where's the contract? Abolish of imprisonment for debt. Fellas, this shit is still law right now today when I'm reading y'all. They're not gonna tell you that. This is still law today. And look at the bottom, we got contract action. Yes. Imprisonment for a debt as it is formerly existed in England and in most states has become abhorrent to the spirit of free government and has been abolished in nearly every jurisdiction. The power of the state, so far as it relates to its process to abolish imprisonment for debt altogether, cannot be doubted. Such laws merely act upon the remedy and must be regulated by viewers of policy and expediency entertained by the state's legislator. In fact, the state legislator may, without impairing the obligations of contract, abolish the right as to existing contracts as well as to future contracts, absolutely conditionally by means of insolvent laws or by general statute. So this is the thing. That's why Blessings versus Freestone was knocked down because the bitches could have came back and sued the government for contract fraud because they got contracts to go after y'all. That's why they knocked that shit down. Because the bitch that contract, the application is a contract. That's a hit on y'all. Generally, the constitutions and statutes of the various states forbid arrest or imprisonment for debt, except in particular classes of cases, even as these there is a lack of uniformity. Generally, however, the effect is to abolish the right of creditors. Hold on, somebody send me something. The right of creditors to control the right of creditors to control and confine a person of a debtor by process of arrest unless some fraud has been or is about to be committed by later. Usually obligations is founded upon debt tainted with fraud or expected. And some statutes single out the accepted breach of promise actions and actions found upon misconduct or negligence in the office of professional employment. The constitutional provisions prohibiting imprisonment for a debt apply only to actions upon contract. Huh? Contract. Like you can go to jail if you sell some furniture that you got from a renter center place if you don't read that contract, if you sign that shit. Did you know that? My dumb ass baby mama went to jail for that shit. She went to jail over a mattress that I cummed all on. Express or implied, express or implied. That's why y'all gotta challenge the child support because if you don't sign no contract, they have something called express or implied. You can either act on the shit or they can just tell you, hey, it's a contract out here from this bitch, right? You ain't said nothing, so we gonna get your motherfucking ass. See how simple I break that shit down? And do not extend to tort actions. A constitutional provision forbidding imprisonment for debt except in cases of fraud or absc- uh, absconding debtors has no application to the payment of alimony. What's up? What's up, fellas? This applies to child support. Y'all got three good remedies. Okay? Although the common law practice permitted the arrest of imprisonment of a defendant in an action founded upon contract, arrest, or imprisonment for a debt upon claims founded upon contract, it is now generally prohibited either by statute or by constitutional provision. It is customary, however, for such provisions to permit the imprisonment of persons owing debts tainted with fraud. Y'all see that? You ain't committed fraud. They committed fraud. How did they get your social security number? That's the first thing y'all should get on their ass. Hey man, I ain't get nobody authorized. That was issued to me. She stole that shit. The principle underlying this class of enactments to relieve honest debtors and to hold those alone who intentionally pursue a course of fraudulent conduct. Some statutes provide for the arrest of a defendant who has been guilty of fraud in contracting the debt. Hey man, okay, hold on. Let me see what you say. We're gonna go to the next slide. The contract must be expressed on all contracts to be performed for longer than 1 year. Hey, that's right. That's right. I think y'all gonna love this one even more. This is gonna be a good one for y'all too. Oh man, it look like I can see that bitch clear a little bit. It says actions for personal injuries or for injuries to property. Y'all see that? Let me see. Can I zoom in a little bit further? Y'all can come back and read this up here. In some states, by statute, an arrest may be made in civil actions for personal injury. It goes without question that a bodily injury, such as an assault and battery or other direct trespass against a person, is a personal injury. Such provisions are not, however, confined to direct trespass against a person. An action for malicious prosecution is considered to be an action for an injury to a person within the meaning of such statutes. Did y'all see that? Y'all need to study, write this shit down. Action for malicious prosecution is considered to be an action for an injury to a person within the meaning of such statutes. All child support proceedings are what, fellas? Malicious, right? They have contractors, they have all that shit. It is not necessary to general review in order to have a defendant arrested under such statutes to show moral turpitude, malice, and willfulness on the part of the defendant. Some courts have held that the seduction is an injury to a person within the meaning of the statute permitting arrest and civil actions for such injuries. Thus, however, it is not uniform rule. Criminal conversion is an action for injury to the person of the husband, but a civil action for the death caused through a negligence of the defendant is held not to be an action for an injury to the person. This is all civil, fellas. This is civil. How did you injure the bitch or your children? Huh? Some statutes will provide that the arrest of the defendant in action recovery for damages wherein the action is for an injury to a person of character, to a person or character, or for injuring or wrongfully taking, detaining, or converting property, i.e., income withholding, converting, conversion. Property within the meaning of the statute statutory provision authorizing arresting and action for injury for wrongfully taking, detaining, or converting property refers to personal property only and not real property. God damn, this is awesome, fellas. Shit. Yeah, I already did this other page, but I'm finna show y'all somebody. We gonna switch it now to the single mom attorney. I'm gonna switch it to the single mom attorney. Y'all ready for the single mom attorney? Hit up on Instagram. She wanna be seen. Bitch drives a G-Wagon. She said, I represent moms and family. I gotta get this picture shit right, fella. I gotta get crop this shit right, because it used to come in clear. This bitch, she is a single mom attorney, nigga. You can't make this shit up. Let me keep going. Let me show y'all something. Let me keep going. I'm finna show y'all something that's gonna piss y'all off. Not this page. I'm gonna come up with another one. Let me see. Can y'all see that? Hold on. Yeah, she's a single mother attorney, fellas. This hoe is bold. You must be a bitter single mom. She couldn't fuck, pussy stank. That's all I can think of. Now, here you go. Here go the pissing off. She at the club. If hell and deadbeats of cannibal is bitter, then I'm as bitter as they come. Sue your baby daddy. They in the club saying, sue your baby daddy. This on her page. This is on her page. Now you see what the fuck I be talking about? You think I just be up here ranting and, oh, Wasil, you wild, man. You this, you that. Look at this. These bitches don't give a fuck about y'all. They don't give a fuck about your money. They want to take your money and go party on your shit. They want to have a party on. You gonna pay for her to have a party on that pussy. That's what you paying for. This bitch is in the club. Go to her page. She drive a fucking what kind of Jeep that is? The Mercedes Jeep. What they call that shit? I don't know, because I never liked that motherfucker. She using this shit as warfare. This is financial warfare. Fellas, these hoes are declaring war on y'all. Sue your baby daddy in the club. Right here. Show this to all these sweet dicking ass niggas. I'm gonna get a better picture of her shit. She can't say, oh, you doing this? Nah, bitch, you a public. You in the public. It's free game. You up here putting your business out here like that. You want to be seen. It ain't good to want to be seen, fellas. It's always good to stay off the scene. Sue your baby daddy. Hold on, did I show it? I know I put it up. Can y'all see it? Sue your baby daddy. Sue your baby daddy. Let me get it up by itself. Sue your baby daddy. Ain't say shit about the children. They want to get the money, go have fun, fellas. Where her son at? Who got her son right now? Why is she out clubbing? She's supposed to be a mama, right? Been telling y'all this child support shit is a joke. It's a game. Stop letting people play with your lives. The government is up here scamming and frauding people. Ain't nobody going to jail. This shit is a joke, fellas. I do not vote. For what? So you can lie to me in my face? So you can put your dick in my face and piss on me and tell me it's a shower storm outside? It's a forecast? So you can drop pee on me? Huh? Y'all think I'm gonna let these people just sprinkle pee on me? I see the bullshit. Then they had them little funky ass hearings, thinking they gonna scold somebody with outrage, and then as soon as that shit go off, they behind closed doors smoking crack pipe and meth pipe and fucking little children in the fucking ass, and you got hoes like this on the goddamn screen playing around talking about sue y'all for money because they want you to be a financial slave. They want you not have shit. They want you to be homeless on the street. This fucking shit is a joke. Child support is a fucking joke. The shit's not real. It only becomes real when you compute it in your head and you start believing that buffoonery. That's when it becomes real. When they got you in the trance, you got a spell on you. They claim that Christians, the Bible said you ain't supposed to be doing garnishing nobody wages. You supposed to pay a man all his money. Well, I see the Bible say obey the lands of the law. That's the lands of the law. Moses was given the lands of the law, you stupid motherfucker. That was it. Sue your baby daddy, man. I want y'all to look at that. This what these attorneys think about y'all, man. I had to screenshot that shit. All these are attorneys partying with your fucking money. Fellas, I don't party. I smoking cigar every now and then. I'm not even smoking the cigar and I'm not drinking the beer right now. Now, if they got your money, you been made an ass of. Child support made ass out of niggas. That's gonna be the next podcast. Child support made asses out of niggas. And I'm gonna get a clear shot of this bitch. They don't give a fuck about them children. They don't give a goddamn about them children. And if you go to her page, she took one little dude. They sponsor one little dude to go to Disney before he went blind. One motherfucker. Sue your baby daddy. I hope y'all wake up after this one. I hope you wake up after this one. Attorney talking about sue your baby daddy so she can get the bread, get your money. They can go have some parties and do all type of drugs. Yeah, because they own drugs. This is a drug. This is a drug addict's attitude. They get your money and go get a fix. Man, y'all better fucking wake up. Peace.